What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Super Bowl review and reaction with the CE Sports Show. What is up, Mr. CE? How you doing, bro?
Dude, man, what a game. I can't believe this thing. Oh, my Lord. Man, wow. Tampa Bay's defense was crazy good tonight, man. Shaq Barrett, Devin White. Oh, my Lord. Jason Pierre-Paul. Shout out to them. They were fantastic, man. Patrick Mahomes, only 9 points for this high-power offense. Trevor Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, only 9 points. I couldn't believe it, man. Shout out to Tom Brady. Robert Gronkowski 2 touchdowns, Antonio Brown 1 touchdown, and then shout out to that Todd Bowles and that defense, man. They were fantastic tonight.
Yeah, definitely. What's up, Blaze Radio?
Yo. What's up, man? You guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Why you got to put the quotes right over my damn face? Hey, I'm pumped. I got a lot of things I want to talk about. I got a lot of debates that some people might like, some people might not like. But I got to start out with this. 28-10 was pretty close, huh?
Dude, we were talking about it. You were off by like 3 points by Kansas City and only 1 point by 3 points by Tampa and only 1 up by Kansas. Congratulations.
Yeah, that was it was a guess.
We got to have you on more for next year, man, or even basketball if you're gonna be that accurate.
Well, and you guys, as long as I'm healthy and I can get around, yeah, I'll hang out with you guys. That was fun.
Yeah,
that's why I'm back here now. You know.
Yeah, welcome in, Blaze. Blaze. So we're welcoming the chat real quick. Mofo's in here. Cody Johnson, Big Wood, man. Big Wood's now a Bucks fan, bro. Same thing with me. Mid game, bro, I took out my Buccaneers jersey and then I threw on that bad boy, dude, because I kind of saw what was going on with the whole thing going. Man, it was a complete domination from start to finish by that Tampa Bay team. But Blaze, go for your what are you going to talk about, man? You want to get some stuff off your chest? Go for it, bro.
I mean, it's nothing negative. And number one, is Tom Brady the greatest of all time, the greatest quarterback? Yes, I think he is. The numbers don't lie. The championships don't lie. But please stop fucking saying GOAT. Goat. It's the most overused word in the entire world of sports. It's in your chat like 90 times already, and you just went live. Is he the greatest? Sure. Listen, way back in the day, there was a guy named Muhammad Ali. He coined that phrase, the greatest of all time, the GOAT. LL Cool J, put it in a rap. GOAT. Now, and call me grandpa, whatever, and say it, but it's way overused. Is he the best? More than likely, definitely. He's proven it. But and I'm a Patriot. Hey, hold on, let me blow my nose in this Patriot jersey here. But I give him credit. You know who I want to congratulate? Coach Arians.
Yeah.
Because here's why. You can give Brady the credit for leading the team. He brought it all the way. But the coach got these players to play together. The coach knew how to manage people like AB, people like Ndamukong Suh, and make them a team. Have them prepared to face the former champions and wax them. Mahomes had no time in the pocket. He missed his tackles. He still almost threw touchdowns like crazy. Yeah. How many drops? I don't blame Mahomes at all. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think he busted his ass.
No, he was. He was limited. I think he's got. I heard he's got a broken toe.
He's got turf toe. He's got turf toe.
Something wrong with his toe. They're saying he might need surgery as soon as this week or Monday, whatever. But yeah, the left tackles were a problem. Willie Gray and Eric Fisher, they were missed tonight. Yeah, they were coming up the edges hard. Devin White.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think about what the chat's mentioning right now? Mofo was mentioning it, and the Cowboys X Factor about the referees, the influence they had in that first half.
Yeah, those calls. Hey, if you fall into somebody when they're running for a ball, it's a penalty. I'll argue some of them were kind of shady, but yeah, those are penalties, man. They gave up as soon as what's his name, Matthew, got all rattled. Their defense started falling apart, man.
Yeah, they were frustrated. They knew they were going to lose.
It sucked to see that. They said they just said it on ESPN that first time Mahomes looked like his age, young.
25, which is normal.
Yeah, he looked young here tonight. He's still 25 out of 27 in their last games or something.
I think he only lost 2 playoff games, and both of them to Tom Brady.
And you got to say, back in 1979, Steelers, Pirates, both won championships. Now Tampa Bay, City of Champions. The Lightning won, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won. And hey, even the Devil Rays won their division, which is a tough division.
they split. LA split basketball and baseball, and Tampa split basketball and hockey.
Yeah, so Tampa Bay and LA this year, like the two cities, man.
And all 4 teams from Florida made it. All 4 teams.
Yep.
The Miami Heat, and then all three in hockey, baseball, and football. That's crazy.
Yeah, they had no run game. They never clicked.
We mentioned it yesterday on the podcast that the refs were going to be an influence, and I think in the first half, dude, the referees were a big influence.
But is the referees, or is it the penalties, or is it the mistakes that Kansas City was making? The referees got to make the call.
It was very one-sided because it's not just me mentioning it. Like the chat's also mentioning it. It's not just me.
I'm not saying there's no iffy calls, but all in all, you got to give credit to the Buccaneers.
Yeah, Mofo's mentioned the rest of their thing in the first half. Chiefs defensive players and offensive line look suspicious. Yeah,
don't even let. Hey, you want to debate again? You want to debate something else? Let the first person say something about the NFL being fixed, and I'll go on a rant. I already buried someone on another live stream earlier that wants to argue that. Bring it on. Seriously, I'll debate anybody who wants to say that the NFL's fixed. I got specifics. I'll let you know. No NFL's. Is there players that influence the outcome of games? Most definitely. I can tell you a story about a point guard from Pittsburgh Panthers that used to control the end of the game to make sure they covered. That can happen. NFL's not fixed. Big Wood, get the hell out of here. Don't even watch it. Why are you watching us if you think it's fixed? Listen, every player, give me a minute here. Every player is like a company. They're their own CEO. They got trainers, they got doctors, they got accountants. You think those people, everybody in the Chiefs wanted to lose? Is that what people are saying? They're giving up in the Super Bowl. They worked their whole life to get to a Super Bowl, and now they don't care.
No, and what's his name? The James Harrison.
In my opinion, guys.
The defensive lineman from Pittsburgh. He said that he made the most money when he won those 2 Super Bowls with Pittsburgh. Yeah. So you make a lot of money off the field with advertisement if you win a Super Bowl. You wouldn't be stupid to lose it.
Look at Antonio Brown. I think he got a $500,000 bonus because they won.
Yep. Tom Brady made an extra $3 million bonus for winning the Super Bowl as well. Yeah.
Casey fell apart, but I got to give credit to the Buccaneers.
No, and we all saw it coming. Me and Blaze, we had Tampa. You had a blowout, 28.
I was afraid. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted KC to have a game.
It might be a blowout, 28-10, and you were right on. 30, literally almost by like 3 points, 31-9.
Yep.
So you
obviously says that I think a couple of players were bought tonight. Honestly, Brady didn't.
That's hilarious. That's ridiculous. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Who in their right mind going to work their whole life to get to a Super Bowl and then take a payout to lose? It ain't happening. So I respect your opinion, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a lot of. James Harrison said it. You get a lot of endorsements for winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's a lot of
saying that KC that they were the ones that choked away the win.
Yeah, I agree. And Tampa Bay took advantage of it and rubbed their face in the dirt. Hey, halftime, you see Tampa Bay walking into the halftime. Brady is spotless, not one speck of dirt.
Out, bro.
No, but Mahomes is like a fucking boxer and about to get knocked out.
And he still almost threw touchdowns. How many times Mahomes went backwards like 30 yards and still almost completed the pass? And so drops.
He's got a fantastic arm. It's unbelievable.
I feel bad for him. He busted his ass.
He's throwing almost and he's still almost completing the passes.
How many times did he get his feet set in the pocket?
No, not. It was off balance.
I wanted a close game, that's all.
Yeah, I just think, I mean, you can't be naive. You have to just be open-minded and, think about all these possibilities. When there's so much money on the line, right? There's so much money on the line. And
I agree with Crazy Mofo too about White, the MVP. He stood up. That defense was stalwart tonight. Their defense was... their defense shook Kansas City from the get-go.
Yeah,
definitely, bro. So, like you're talking about, man, the 2020 Chiefs, it's the first Super Bowl team in history to have 2 different tackles start in a football game. And I think you guys mentioned that yesterday about the handicap that the offensive line was going to have, and it worked out completely. Mahomes was, like you mentioned, bro, running for his life almost every single play. Kind of reminding me of Russell Wilson with the Seattle Seahawks offensive line.
He was like going around. Like it was like he was.
It kind of reminded me of what Peyton Manning did with the Broncos. He went with the Broncos, different team, and he took that team. He made a lot of people better, and I think Brady did the same thing this year with this team.
Yeah.
Wolf was mentioned that Brady's going to go back to back, and okay, Oof, man, I wouldn't. That's a good call,
Unless
bro.
Deshaun Watson goes to San Francisco, I think it's very possible.
That would be cool. Well, who knows? Right now, there's so many things. Like all the dominoes are going to start dropping. It's going to be fun. Off season should be interesting.
Carson Wentz is mostly. I mean, that's not really going to matter though. But Carson was probably going to go to the Bears probably this week. But that's not really going to matter. They're still going to. I mean, it's going to come down to. I think if Watson goes to San Francisco, because I don't even think Stafford is going to. Are they going to compete? Well, I mean, for a Super Bowl, I don't think so. With Stafford, maybe. I don't think so. I think it has to come down to Watson going to San Francisco to really dethrone Tampa Bay next year.
That's still a tough division, regardless.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Tampa is that it's not only Tom. It's that this is like the best defense Tom probably has had since his early years with Teddy Bruschi and Asante Samuels.
They said it was his easiest Super Bowl by far.
Yeah. It was so easy for him. He never won a Super Bowl.
Super easy, bro. Like his uniform was super clean.
I don't think
his
he broke
uniform
a sweat,
was clean.
man.
His helmet was clean. He looked like he didn't even play a football game. That's how the World Offense Line protected him.
Yeah,
and this guy, Patrick Mahomes, he started off the game kind of shaky. He had 2 overthrown passes in that first drive, and he's had 2 the entire playoffs. So already when the game started, Mahomes was a little bit shaky with those accurate passes, right?
And you saw even the punter, because he only punted once in the playoffs, so he was even shaky. He dropped
congratulations,
one time, and then he only had like a 27-yard punt the other time. Even he was like fucking flustered. The fucking punter, he wasn't used to punting so much.
Yeah, that game was won. That game was won in the trenches, man.
Oh yeah,
Buccaneers offense and defense.
Congratulate Eric real quickly, gentlemen. Yep. Eric's in here.
Congratulations, Bucks. Skull. Hell yes. Props to you and the Buccaneers, man. Congrats.
And, Kobe's mentioning that Gronk with those 2 touchdowns.
Hey, yeah, Gronk, that was amazing. That's something. When that happens, the momentum is so heavy.
Big Wood's mentioning that this is the most scripted thing I've ever seen since Game of Thrones.
Big Wood, you a comedian, man. I like that. You're funny.
Big Wood was already crowning them for next year, too.
He's funny. Game of Thrones. They might as well put WrestleMania. That's my next call. Gronk will be at WrestleMania because it's in Tampa Bay.
You think he's going to retire? He's going to come back next year, I think.
I think Gronk is going to retire, go wrestle again, and come back next year again. Why not? That's the type of thing he would do.
I don't know. You think he's going to go back to WWE?
I don't know. I think he why wouldn't he make an appearance at WrestleMania? He's a Super Bowl champion. It's in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that would be good for him.
I think Blaze Radio's 100% right, bro. Blaze is 100% right. He's going to be at WrestleMania, no doubt.
Yeah, even if he's just in the stands holding a trophy or something.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like that one time he got
involved. You think Vince McMahon's going to miss the opportunity to have Gronkowski Super Bowl champion? He's not going to miss out, bro. He's going to have him there.
He might have a handful of them there,
Yeah, exactly. It might not be Gronk. It might be like some linebacker. Yeah, it's gonna. They're definitely gonna be at Super Bowl, bro, no doubt. Especially if it's in Tampa Bay. Come on, you guys are talking about this. It's a fucking city of champions.
Yeah,
Rays, the Lightning, the Buccaneers.
Big Tell said it on Friday, and everybody laughed at him. He was right,
bro. Tom Brady goes to Tampa, and other teams start winning championships. That's insane.
All 3 teams made it.
He set the city on fire, man.
He did, man. And we did pick Tampa Bay Rays to be in the World Series before the season started. So, it's the city of champions right now, man. You guys, next year in the NFL, I would not pick against Tampa Bay going Super Bowl again, dude. Based on what we've seen, I would not step in their way. I would go Tampa all the way to LA.
Colby's right too about Todd Bowles in the defense. I mean, I give coaches credit. Look at the personalities they had on that team. I mean, as a coach, you got to make all them work together, or it doesn't mean shit. And they made it happen. They made it work.
Yeah, I know. Huge credit to Todd Bowles, because Tom Brady can't do anything on that side. That's all Todd Bowles and those guys doing the scheme. And I think Todd Bowles, I think a lot of coaches, a lot of teams are probably like shit now after watching this playoff run. When Drew Brees, Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, maybe some coaches are like, damn, we should hire him instead of what we ended up hiring.
Cody's gonna get me on another rant here. He brought up the halftime show.
Oh, I didn't even see it. I'm not gonna lie, I was eating.
I say before the game started, my joke was I couldn't wait till the weekend was over, and I ain't talking about the day. I'm talking about the halftime show. Hey, he's a good talented. I play music, so I'm going to be a little objective. He's a good artist, but I thought the Super Bowl halftime was for like huge stars that had catalogs of huge hits over the years. That's just me. Call me old man again.
Nah, it was bad, dude. I didn't even watch it, man. That's how bad it was.
No special guest. Here's my problem with it. And this is where I really get angry about it. He spent $7 million of his own money to make that performance more cinematic. Listen, man, if you're going to spend $7 million, feed some fucking kids, help some people in the hospital. $7 million for that?
That was a shitty ass show. I'm not going to lie.
He was all over the news that he spent his own money, $7 million. That's crazy.
Yeah, it sucks. And
with what's going on in the world, donate that shit. Sorry, that's my rant.
Yeah, I've heard that like Fox does a good job of like, setting it up, but like CBS and NBC don't give a shit that much about the halftime show. You could tell compared it to last year with Jennifer Lopez and Shakira compared to this year. So it may
I think they wanted Rihanna and she backed out or something.
I heard a lot of people don't want to do it. So like Eminem, I think he's backed away like 2 or 3 times. A lot of people don't want to do it.
I don't think they get paid, man. I think that's why they don't want to do it.
Does it have to be singing? Yeah,
like the guy had to pay $7 million out of his own pocket. Like, what artist is gonna do that? Only a desperate artist like The Weeknd is not established. Then he's gonna be like, all right, let me take a risk and let me put $7 million of my own money for this shit, bro. Like Blaze was mentioned, man, he could have done so much more with that.
So many people with $7 million,
right?
And it's
bro,
for like
invest in Bitcoin, bro.
Yeah, what the hell?
Give it to some homeless people in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it was bad, bro. I didn't even watch it because I knew it was gonna be a shit show. I was like, you know what? I'll be right back, and let me just do some stuff on the computer real quickly.
Yeah, I has to be. I'm an old man.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it either. I was eating.
I forgot my cane and my spectacles.
Cardi B next year.
Oh God!
Yeah, Mofo saying that next year's halftime show will be Cardi B. Yeah,
so,
bro, that's probably gonna be
so headlined by Wet Ass Pussy, huh? Here's our headline song for tonight: Cardi B with Wet Ass Pussy.
Oh man, that's funny.
Welcome in, London. How you doing, bro? How's it going?
What up, London?
Terra Nova, Jack Roberts, London, Little H. What's up, everybody? You guys are out of rocking.
So
glad to be here. Thanks for having me on,
for
guys.
The first touchdown of the game was Gronk, man, setting the tone. I think when Gronk scored that touchdown, it was like everyone knew what was coming in this game. It's like, okay, here's the fucking avalanche of Tampa Bay and the history of Brady and Gronk. Because when Gronk scores that touchdown, the whole team gets going. Like you're talking about, the defense is going to get going, special teams is going to get going. They're all going to push that much harder to win this football game because that vibe, that momentum is just rising with this dude, right? Gronk's a massive momentum changer, and you saw it today.
He's like an energy bunny.
When Gronk came out of wrestling, and if you guys saw him at the beginning of the year, he was in no football shape.
No, he was skinny.
But if you look at him in this Super Bowl, he's huge.
Yeah. Well, when did he leave WWE? Like in April, May? So it's been almost a year. So he got in shape. Yeah.
He transformed his life and his body, and I give him credit for it, man. I give him credit for it. He peaked at the right time. That's for damn sure. Hey, I called Fournette. I said Fournette would get 2 touchdowns. He got 1.
Yeah, and we said that Fournette did not do anything in the season, and he came on strong in the playoffs.
They started pounding the ball. Right. They started pounding the ball. They couldn't stop them.
Right. And they were when the game started, and I saw the Buccaneers offensive line just pushing aside that Chiefs defensive line. I'm like, man, it's not going to end well for the fucking Chiefs, dude. Because
can we not talk about the other touchdown Tampa Bay got?
To Antonio Brown.
I fear his social media posts.
We won't mention it, but we won't mention it.
Dude, imagine, how is Antonio Brown going to behave now? He was already like super like, oh my, imagine how in a Super Bowl ring. Jesus Christ.
Fournette, Gronk, and AB were not on this team when they were getting ready to start.
Fournette signed right away, and Gronkowski.
I mean, and I'm sorry, and when the year, I'm sorry, I meant to say when the year ended last year, none of them.
Yeah.
Look at the players. They completely changed that team,
bro. Jack Roberts is saying that at least The Weeknd sounded like the album, even though it still sucks. It's probably lip sync, bro. That guy kind of sung like a girl, bro. I mean,
Big Wood got a good point though. They probably didn't have like guests and stuff because of the COVID and stuff. That's probably a good call.
Yeah, that probably affected it too. The COVID shit.
So, gentlemen, so this is the first time Brady's had a lead in the Super Bowl after first quarter of this game, bro. Never happened before.
Yeah, first time he scored a touchdown in the first quarter. I'm like, that was a sign too that it was going to be a blowout, probably.
I said I knew. I pretty much knew he was going to win because he wasn't playing the Giants.
Or Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Nick Foles. Exactly.
Hey, how about that, CE? I heard a rumor about them bringing Nick Foles back
they're
to
gonna flop
Philly
him
today.
So, the trade is supposedly. I don't think it's. I mean, I don't know if this is the true one, but supposedly it's going to be Tyree Conan, the running back, Nick Foles, first round pick to Philadelphia, and then Carson Wentz and a second pick to Chicago. Supposedly that's a trade.
What do you think about that, CE? I mean, personally, I think if he worked there before, he could work there again. Maybe that's what they're thinking. What's your thoughts on it? You're the Eagles fan.
This is the thing about this is the weird thing about Foles is that this would be his third time in Philadelphia, and all three different coaches. First it was Chip Kelly, then Doug, and now this Nick Sirianni. It would be weird if it works again. Then it might be a mental thing. I'm thinking if it's like because it's not like it's the same system. You got three new coaches, so I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see because you might go from one quarterback controversy between Wentz and Hurts to another one with Foles and Hurts. So a lot of people love Foles in Philadelphia. They're gonna might pressure them to start Foles over the rookie or the second year Hurts.
There you go, Midwest. The Bucks win the Super Bowl, and my Bucks win the World Series. How about that?
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Hey, I think the commercials were great. There was a lot of great commercials.
Yeah, same thing. I was eating. I didn't really watch too much commercials. I was eating.
I don't know. It was all right, man. So that goal line stance that they had in that early game.
Switcher.
Yeah, that gave him like a little bit of hope, dude. But when Mahomes got the ball back on that drive, quick penalties, and that they punted the ball, and then the punter, dude, really messed up that punt and gave the Tampa Bay that really short field.
Yeah, that punter was like he was flustered because he's not used to literally playing. It's like, dude, you're playing. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even know how to play.
Yeah, it was
Jack. That's a very good spin, Jack, on why people think it's rigged. You know, when it's that unbelievable, people want to make up an excuse for why it's so unbelievable, and they could just say it's rigged. Or if your team loses, you want to make an excuse that it was rigged. Yeah, I got you. That's a great spin on there, Jack.
I feel like the average fan is like in shock, but I think people like us that understand how important like your left and right tackles are.
Hey, Midwest. No shit, Midwest. It's called a joke, you jackass. Get a clue, Midwest. It's basketball season, by the way. We got a lot of basketball. We got no baseball yet.
A month away from March Madness. We got.
What about the trade, CE? Dennis Smith and Derrick Rose today,
dude. So Derrick Rose again with Tom Thibodeau for the third time, third team.
Just like we were talking about Foles, you know, throwing back to New York. Maybe
he seems to love Tom Thibodeau. He was with him in Chicago, Minnesota, and New York.
Hey, Dennis Smith Jr. in the right system could be not a superstar, but a nice addition to the Pistons.
Yeah, but
he's very talented.
Had to release Austin Rivers though to match the salary for Derrick Rose. So that's good for them off the bench.
Ooh.
Yeah, they had they have to. I don't know if they did or they have to release. Yeah, that was good. And other things can go with Doug Rivers again, his dad in Philadelphia. So that's good for you, I guess. Another bench player.
Yeah, these Phillies doing really good this year. Blazed out of nowhere, man.
Joel Embiid, he won that Supermax.
Yeah, I mean it's hard though. I still think they're missing a piece.
Yeah,
Something like Thibault. They got some young ones.
You like Ben Simmons?
I like him. I think people expect too much from him right now. Everyone's like, get a jump shot, get a jump shot, get a jump shot. He can't be the creator he wants to be because, I don't know, maybe he's too big. I don't know. It's so weird that it's working. I'm not complaining. You know, if Embiid can stay healthy, they're a force. But they need, remember, when they had Jimmy Butler, they had that outside presence that would spread the floor.
Yeah.
That's what made them even more dangerous in the playoffs. Like right now, yeah, they're playing really well, but it's going to matter when it comes down to playoffs and they're playing those teams in the East that are really hungry.
They should have signed Jimmy Butler the moment they traded for him. Like
I agree.
Here you go.
I hated seeing him lose. Look what he's doing down there, man. He's such a leader. He's such a great all-around player, both ends of the court.
That's weird that it didn't work out with him in there. Like,
the Cavs are trying to get Beal.
He could have stayed, you know, like Jimmy Butler could have stayed, but then he opted to go to Philly. I mean, to go to Miami, you know, because he had that choice.
Look what Miami did, though, too, man. He took.
Look at Miami. He took him to the fucking finals last year.
Yep.
Yeah, I honestly rather have Jimmy Butler than Paul George, to be honest. At least in the playoffs.
I agree.
Definitely.
I
He's got
agree.
more dog in him.
I agree.
I don't think anyone wants to have Paul George on their team in the playoffs.
Well, the expectations of the Clippers have to be through the roof this year since they didn't do it last year.
You guys see that?
Nah, I don't think they'll have high expectations at all.
What was it in the morning?
I mean, they need to go far this year, or else because they fucked up last year. You know what I mean? Like they were predicting them to go all the way last year.
Yeah, they're lucky that Nuggets are not doing that good this year, so maybe they can get in, at least get in the fucking
Western Conference Finals.
Yeah,
Nuggets are. Well, and now the Jazz might be on the way. The Utah Jazz,
but the Jazz, the Nuggets, the Suns. There's so many good teams that are like on that cusp. You know, that could do better. I like the West I like the West. I mean, the Lakers, I think, are still the cream of the crop, and you got AB and LeBron, but there's so many good teams now in the West.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, that same thing in Brooklyn. Although they don't have a defense, I think they're probably the favorites to come out of the East.
Yep. And how about you got to love my dad gave me a question today, and he thought I wouldn't get it. He said, with two players scored over 50 points in losing efforts, you know, and I said, well, it's Steph and Doncic, and that's crazy. You know?
Oh yeah, yesterday both of them dropped 50, and both of them lost. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if that's ever happened before. Two players score 50 in the same day, and their teams lose.
I don't. That might be that. That's
pretty rare. But we talked about. I mean, your other players got to step up. We talked.
Yeah. I mean, what the hell you want him to do? He scored 57 points. It's not his fault. He's got scrubs. Like I said, what's his name? Kelly Oubre. He had 40, and then he went back to sucking. Like,
I know. They have a lot of good pieces. They come together. They could do some damage in the playoffs too.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins is the one that I thought was going to be a star. But back in the day with Minnesota,
me too. When he came out of college, I thought I thought he was going to end up playing with LeBron and the Cavs, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, they ended up trading him for Kevin Love.
I don't think he's still kind of small. Bro. I always thought he would get players. I always thought he'd get bigger. Like if Wiggins got it bigger, he never really got that much bigger.
Yeah, I thought he would be like a legit scorer, not as good as Kevin Durant, but like a scorer, and he's really disappointed. I followed him all the way when he was in Toronto in high school. I really thought he was like I kept an eye on him since like he was like in high school, and then when he went to Kansas, the University of Kansas, and I really thought highly of him. I was really disappointed with what I've seen so far in the NBA.
Yeah, he was so smooth, man. He was smooth and unstoppable almost in the.
I mean, like when you're following a player since high school, you're expecting the only two guys I follow since high school are probably LaMelo Ball and Zion Williamson. Because I was too young for LeBron James. I would have followed, but I was like 10 probably. So, but yeah, well, your guy has a chance to be really good when you're hearing about him in high school. And this guy disappointed. Now, speaking of high schoolers that are not disappointing, LaMelo, he's doing good. He had 34 the other night.
I like it. I mean, I was never a big fan of any of the balls, but I mean, LaMelo is very impressive.
Yeah, LaMelo's.
I love his passing game. He's and his shot. It ain't no Lonzo.
No, but he's probably gonna be the one.
The thing about LaMelo that's like super different than his bros, dude, is like he's like his own man. He's not like a follower. Like Lonzo's kind of like dad's kid, and I think LaMelo was kind of like, you know what, screw you, old man. Let me do my own thing because he's a winner on the court. He doesn't have like the ability, Blaze. Like he can't jump through the gym. He can't, run as fast. But he's super smart in basketball IQ, and he wins. Like he plays basketball games to win them, and that's like a major tangible thing that you want to have in a basketball player. And the other dudes don't have it. Yeah,
that's hard. And you don't see that as much anymore, especially in basketball. People give it 110% all the time. I agree.
Well, not only that, bro, but I think he's a real point guard. Like usually when these point guards come into the NBA, they want to, post. They want to shoot. They want to do all this shit that's not being a point guard. And I think LaMelo, he has the mindset of like, it could be
he's a creator. Yeah,
instilled it to him.
He runs the offense.
He comes into the NBA and he came with that kind of a chip on his shoulder, like we're gonna win. And he had adversity because he was a bench player. He didn't start right away. Right? He was the third pick in the draft.
Played overseas
and he had him on the fucking bench, dude. So so it's like a test. It's like, let's see if a LaMelo is really about shit or full of shit. And he passed the fucking test. And now he's a fucking starter.
Yeah.
And I doubt the coach is going to put him back on the bench now. I think he's going to.
Well, I like that they did that. I kind of like that they did that. He's young enough to setting a little example, and look what he's doing. It'll light that fire under him. I'm pulling for him.
Yeah, and like for example, you're saying about the like there's like a lot of point guards playing, but they're really shooting guards, but they don't even know it, or the coaches. But you know who's really done good for himself this year? When the Brooklyn Nets got James Harden and they moved Kyrie Irving to shooting guard, he's dominating. He's like averaging 30 at shooting guard. So a lot of these players are like, they think they're point guards, but they're actually shooting guards. And
It's true.
look at Kyrie Irving. This year he's playing shooting guard, and he's averaging, I think, almost 30 a game.
Yeah, those two can basically be interchangeable, shooting and point guard, and that's a huge blessing for that team.
No,
to have a KD underneath, wow.
Yeah, that's they just don't play defense. That's a problem, but
that's going to be like a major disrespect to the NBA when the Nets make the final. I mean, if the Nets make the finals, right? Because it's like the regular season don't even count for anything. Because the Nets are playing these games like they don't even matter. Like Nets probably don't care if they get the 6th seed, if they get the 7th seed, the 8th. They don't care. But if they make the NBA finals, it's going to be like major disrespect to the NBA season. Like I hope they don't make the NBA finals, right? I hope it's Philly. I hope it's one of these teams that wants to win all these games. But the Nets have so much talent, and it's not their final form yet, right? They're going to add pieces at the trade deadline. They're going to get other players, bro. So, we'll see what happens in basketball. But
I think
it's not a good sign for the regular season.
Get Andre Dorman, it's over. That's what I'm thinking.
Midwest, if they're wearing clothes, they're not a streaker. They're just some dude running on the field. But yeah, they cut off of him real quick though, didn't they? He runs on the field and then takes his mask off to run.
Oh my Lord!
Hey, when the game started, I thought legit that it was packed until they closed up and showed all those cutouts.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow, that looks like it's full.
Yeah, my friend called me like, "What the fuck? This shit's full." And I'm like, "Is it really?" He's like, "Yeah." And yeah, a lot of people fell for that shit.
Yeah, 30,000 cutouts. There's 30 grand, right? Or those are $100 a piece.
But they said that so you get like pay $100 and you can get a cutout, and then they said that you're eligible to like be in a raffle for next year's Super Bowl or some shit like that. Yeah.
You know what would really been cool when the technology is there? Instead of $100, you pay $400 or $500, and there's a camera attached to that thing, and you can sit there at home and watch from your seat.
That would be fantastic. But the thing is, it's probably hard to fit like with the fans there. It's probably, I don't know. It might be hard to do the screens. I don't know.
Hey, look what they do. Well, it's a little different with the Zoom and like the Thunderdome and wrestling and stuff in the NBA when they had all those. But hey, the technology's there. If they want to do it, I'm sure they can. They got $7 million for the halftime show. That'll pay for it. Ask the fucking Weeknd. He'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Bro, how pissed off is the Weeknd right now with that shitty ass performance he gave? Out $7 million. And people are probably hating on him way more than they were before.
Here's the thing, though, and I bashed it.
The show started and Blaze Radio was like, I got to get something off my chest. And it was just like, it sucked. I mean, that's how people are across the board, So that guy spent $7 million. That guy spent $7 million of his money to have less fans, dude.
But the thing is, I put it in perspective. It is really popular with the 18 to 35 range, and it does say there's a lot of people that did like it too. I'm not going to say that people hated it because there's a lot of fans of that guy, but I think of Prince, Michael Jackson, those that have 1,000 number one hits that do the Super Bowl.
We'll see. I don't know, man. We'll see. Next year, LA, it's gonna be a massive upgrade because I think it's gonna be on Fox or NBC, one of those two.
If it's on NBC,
LA.
They should have NWA and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So it's going to be like massive celebrities. They're probably going to have like the top fucking people right there giving a great show.
They might have 3.
But if it's on Fox, if it's on NBC, it might be like a conservative ass fucking thing that we saw today, right?
Very true, Larry.
But so going back to the fucking Super Bowl little preview, gentlemen, Gronk and fucking Brady, man, they have passed Montana and Jerry Rice today for most touchdowns in the Super Bowl by like a duo.
That's impressive. Doesn't happen very often. Obviously.
It is, man. It is. So there's the controversial call that that we're talking about. So the holding, it was there, right? It was the holding call. I mean, you guys can see right there that the dude was holding him. So I mean, we can go back and forth with these calls. The reason why people are so upset is because like the outcome, right? The outcome was the interception, and then it gets reversed. But when you go back and look on film, I mean, the evidence is right there in front of us, right?
Yeah, no, it was.
I think the same could be said for that bomb where Matthew fell down and hit him, where they're saying it could have been out of reach, but you can't say that he might have, dove and caught that thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the calls in the first half did favor the Bucks, obviously. And okay, but when that happens, though, as an athlete, if you're playing a sport, we've all been there before. We've all had moments where, like, man, we're getting cheated in a game, but you can't melt down. You can't completely crash down from it. And I think the Honey Badger took the wrong route because he's a champion from last year.
And
he's
a captain. You see that C on his jersey? He's supposed to be a leader.
He didn't pull like that. Mahomes continued to plow through it, and then the Honey Badger completely lost it. And okay, if you're a ref, bro, I mean, refs are human beings too. They have emotions. They're probably gonna flag you more. They're probably gonna. Because we've all been there before.
He was a jerk about it. Did you see when AB caught his touchdown? The first person to get up into Matthew's face was Tom Brady.
Oh shit! Stay Cool's in here. What's up, Stay Cool? How you doing, man? Welcome in, Stay Cool.
Yeah, Stay Cool. That's 100% correct. Yeah, of course. It was completely fixed. I saw him giving the money to him before the game, too. Did you see that? They showed it on TV. They were giving each other money. People are funny.
No, yeah, I mean, I had Tyrann Matthews and LSU when he was in Arizona Cardinals. It's just that because they were winning last year, he's been calm. But you saw it again tonight when they lost.
Exactly, because watch last year. It's all about perspective. Like if you're getting calls in your favor, you're not gonna say anything about it. But when it flips on you, when they flip it on you, and now it's like one-sided affair, now you can't handle it, and now you melt down. But it's all a test. Like you got to rise above that. You can't, because when you fold like that, the whole team is gonna fold with you. Because like you might mentioning Blaze, he's got the captain on his jersey.
Yeah. And now,
good segue of them yelling at each other. By the way,
if I don't recall. Didn't he actually get expelled from LSU and then had to something happened? Didn't he he got in trouble with LSU and he couldn't finish his last year there or something?
He's been a short fuse all the time, but he's an amazing football player. He's very talented. Yeah, he's a game changer.
Attitude problems. Yeah, I think he couldn't even finish the season with LSU. He got suspended, but then I think they still let him into the draft. But yeah, he's been he's very talented. Like Antonio Brown, very talented. But personality's questionable at times. Yeah.
Well, you see what happens. And then that's why at the end of the game, when Tyreek Hill missed that ball and that defenseman put that peace sign up on him and said, peace, you're out of here. Get, a little taste of your own medicine because Tyreek Hill liked to give it to people too.
He did the backflip last time they played November.
Yep. So now he gave him the peace. You're out of here.
Right.
And the referee.
We just got to, we got to cover everything, right? So we got to cover those penalties. The Buccaneers, 6 first downs were via penalties. So it's like the first time in a Super Bowl history that's happened. I mean, we got to address it, right? Because it happened. It's not like we can't just be naive to it. So that happened today. A lot of controversy. People are going to talk about it a lot, and that's also part of these sports games is the controversy, the drama. Because the game only lasts 60 minutes, but they're going to talk about this game for weeks and months on end, right?
Probably.
Third down sucked for them too. He's like 0-7 in third down or something. Passes Mahomes or whatever. They just could not get a third down.
Oh, and by the way, the first field goal they got, they did a corner blitz, Tampa Bay, and it seems like the cornerback was about to get to Mahomes and he panicked, and then Mahomes was able to get enough yards for the field goal. Otherwise, it could have been fucking 31-6.
Yeah, I think they won because of the white jerseys. Yeah, that's correct. That's 100% correct. That's got to be it.
Oh man, hey, that's just like luck, I guess. But I mean, if you're fucking what was the record with the white jerseys? I don't know what it was, but you might as well wear them. But
they could have wore. Hey, Buccaneers could have wore pink jerseys tonight, and they would have won this game.
8-0. Okay. So if you're 7-0, you might as well wear them. But I think the NFL controls that, don't they? The NFL tells them what to wear them, or do they pick?
I think the NFL controls the city because they were supposed to be on the red jerseys.
I think they should have wore these jerseys.
What player is that, Blaze?
See if I don't know if anybody's going to guess this one.
Is that a Tampa Bay player?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm not really good with Tampa Bay because they suck.
Running. It's old too.
The 2000
Eric Rhett from Florida.
Okay.
University of Florida running back. Okay. What about the Chiefs one?
Blaze, let me ask you, bro. How many Super Bowls have you watched, man? Like on TV, and
Oh, no.
which was like the first one that you have memory of
I
watching?
legit, I mean, I'm 47 years old. I legit remember standing on my couch in the 79 when they won in 79. I was,
Like Pittsburgh,
yeah, when Pittsburgh won in 79. Ever since then, I've
79.
watched
So
every
that's
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl 12.
79. I don't know which one it is.
Okay, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. So okay. So have you watched every single Super Bowl? Have you missed one?
I've never completely missed one. I mean,
No.
I've watched a bit, part of all of them. Yeah, I've seen them all.
This was 55, 47. So no, he didn't you miss like 8? If you're only 47.
I was 47. I watched the first one in 1979.
That's
And
his
now
first one, and then you watched every single one after that, man. That's pretty cool,
Yeah.
dude. So we have a lot of history, a lot of experience right here on the show.
I remember
just
the
wanna ask that,
Raiders.
bro,
I remember
because-
Marcus Allen running that big long touchdown back in the day. I mean, I can spit out facts from. I remember Joe Montana throwing that touchdown to Dwight Clark over the Cowboys to get into the Super Bowl.
So what
I
was
mean, okay, that's cool, dude. Because I mean, that's cool to mix it up, because we have a lot of history, and like, you know what I mean, on the show.
I'll never claim to know a bunch or be an expert on anything. I just like being a part of this and talking to people from all over the world and getting, other people's ideas on sports. I'll never claim to know more than anybody, man. I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. So going right back here to this preview that we got going on, the penalties. We already talked about the penalties. And okay, halftime hit around 21-6, bro. Everyone's in shock because no one thought it was going to be this kind of a domination. And fuck, dude, it was amazing to see, if you're a Tampa Bay backer, if you're a Tampa Bay fan, how easy it was to go down the field and consistently move the ball on this Kansas City defense by these Buccaneers offense.
That's a good point by Jack. Who would have thought that Chiefs wouldn't even get a touchdown?
no 9 points?
Even I said 10. That was caught on a touchdown and a field goal.
If that cornerback doesn't panic and he actually sets Mahomes, because I think he could have, but he can't panic. It could have been. It would have taken them at a field goal range. It would have maybe possibly only been 31-6.
Yeah.
Midwest said they should have wore the golden jerseys.
Yeah, it would have mattered, dude. They could have
man.
with pinks, and they still would have won.
So Brady threw those 3 touchdowns in that first half, dude. He's the 7th quarterback to do that in Super Bowl history. This guy's 43 years old, playing at a super elite level. I expect him to be back here next year in the Super Bowl again, because the NFC is super down next year, like you talked about, right? There's no team that's gonna, even if the Niners get Watson, it's Tom Brady.
Yeah,
It's Tom Brady, bro. They're gonna be in the Super Bowl in LA next year. I mean, you cannot fight destiny. I tried to fight destiny today by going with the Chiefs in the back-to-back shit. It backfired on me, and I can see now that where this shit's going, and he's gonna get the 8th ring, dude. There's no doubt in my mind that he's gonna stop at 7, just because of the NFC is super down, right? Green Bay, you guys think they're gonna win 13 games again next year?
oh, they might go down this year.
He might not be the team next year.
NFC Championship losses.
Stay Cool says that Tampa Bay sports have been winning a lot. Yeah, we talked about that shit, man. Tom Brady goes to Tampa, and all of a sudden, like, that's like Titletown. Right? It's just the way things are in the world, I guess.
Well, remember in Boston in 2007, I think the Celtics won it. The Patriots made it and lost it, and I think the Red Sox also won.
Brady.
So it's kind of the same thing now in Tampa. It's amazing.
And just really quickly talking about the halftime show, that's kind of how a lot of people felt watching that shit on TV, because the fucking camera was going crazy, right?
Yeah, I didn't even watch
that's
it. But Tampa Bay, yeah.
Stay Cool. He's going for 12 rings, dude. I think he's gonna get 8, dude.
I think
He's gonna get 8 fucking rings, dude.
He might go for 10.
Yeah, I mean,
Getting close.
there's no reason he can't come back, because we talked about, bro, the guy played a football game today, a Super Bowl, and he was super clean, uniform clean, helmet clean.
If his line did that for him, his offensive line was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The offensive line, bro.
Trenches, man. Damn.
At this
And
point, like he's almost
that's the
45.
difference between like a Green Bay Packers franchise when they get fucking Jordan Love with that first pick, and the Bucks get that top fucking dude from Iowa,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Tristan Wirf. That's the difference between franchises, right there, gentlemen.
I mean, them coaches put together a hell of a team.
Retirement at 37, and this would have about to be 44, and he's trying to win another Super Bowl.
And okay, he's gonna attract more dudes to play with him next year. Like he got Gronk, he got AB to play for cheap deals, bro. What's not gonna stop him from getting like a dude that's chasing a ring to come in there, like a linebacker, a safety,
A fucking secondary and corners. That's maybe the only thing they're kind of missing a little bit. Other than that, they're pretty set. Offensive line, wide receivers, tight end, running backs.
No, they're super set, dude.
They only maybe need a secondary help, maybe if that.
Bro, they won 8 games in a row to end the season. They're fucking on point.
They didn't lose another game.
No, they did not, and not even close to losing. I mean, last week, those 3 picks that he threw, like we talked about them on the show yesterday. You made a good point that that's last week and this is this week. And Green Bay might have had a better shot to beat that team than the fucking Chiefs did, dude.
Yeah, because I mean, at least they had their offensive line intact, and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, we'll give credit to Tom Brady in that defense, but also part of it was Patrick Mahomes. By the third quarter, he was on one leg; he couldn't really use that other foot, and then obviously the missing the left tackle and the right tackle, they really got exposed on the edges.
Stay Cool says that the offense line of the Chiefs was super shitty. I mean, super bad today.
It stinked.
Wilson says, "What's up?"
I thought they were going to miss them a little, not as they ended up missing them a lot. Both Willie Gray and Eric Fisher. I knew it was going to be a problem. I didn't think it was going to be this bad of a problem.
It was bad. I mean, right there on the screen, dude. He had 67 passing yards in that first half. Mahomes.
Yeah, and they gave up on the run game too. They only 49 throws, only 17 runs.
And the teams that trailed by double digits at halftime are 25-1 all time. Okay, the only time that loss happened was the fucking Falcons, dude.
It's Super Bowl 51 with the Falcons, yeah.
Amazing, bro. This guy, we already called him the GOAT yesterday, no matter if he won or lost.
Yeah.
Bro, now what the fuck do you call him? I mean, is there an animal that we can call this guy now?
Just call him the greatest quarterback. Get that GOAT shit out the window. He's proven to be the greatest quarterback in the modern football era.
So this is a really good play that I got because of the blocking you guys are talking about with that Buccaneers line. All game long, they were just pushing that Chiefs defense line apart. And this run by Leonard Fournette, bro, he had such an open gap, and he ran the ball so hard that even if you try to tackle this guy, he's gonna fucking punish you.
Yeah, they've that offensive line did a great job as well, pushing and protecting Tom Brady, and then opening up the holes for Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones. They did a fantastic job too. Jack
Roberts says, to be fair enough, any quarterback would struggle with that pressure.
Yeah, let's switch quarterbacks. Put Tom Brady on the Chiefs and put Mahomes on the other.
He would have got attacked even more because he can't move the statue.
Yeah,
it would have been 55-3.
Oh.
But
you're right, bro.
Tom Brady with the broken toe, or only the O-line problems?
No, just swap the quarterbacks.
And Patrick Mahomes is still playing with a broken toe?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
yeah, it would have been a different.
Look what he did to scrambling around and still almost threw touchdowns.
Yeah, I see your point, but that's a good point, man. That's a good point.
That's amazing. I mean, those times. I mean, they lost. He didn't play that great, but Patrick Mahomes, how many times did he go backwards, then the other way, then juke 2 guys, and still get a pass off?
He was off balance. He was almost on throwing on his knees, and he was still getting the ball up to the wide receivers. It was amazing.
That's incredible. I mean, he's still. I mean, you can't really knock him down too many pegs for this game.
No, they are. You know how the media is, but
yeah. I mean,
no, you can't.
All they said tonight is the torch was not passed. The torch was not passed. I agree.
Jim Nantz said right away. The game was over. He's like, "Well, the torch was not passed tonight." Right as the game was over, he said it. Jim Nantz.
Yeah. He was waiting to say that.
Yeah, you could tell he's a big Tom.
He had it written down.
Game 100, he called for Tom Brady.
Don't forget to say torch pass.
So Mr. Leonard Fournette joins 2008 Fitzgerald and 97 Terrell Davis as the only players to score a touchdown in 4 games in a single postseason.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm happy for him because a lot of people were saying he was a bust with the Jaguars. So I'm happy he proved a lot of people. Even this year, he was struggling, and then he got hurt in the playoffs.
And, okay, we talked about the defensive line on the Bucks, but, bro, the snap count, okay, the Bucks had this dude figured out in the snap count. A couple of times, precise, rushing Mahomes on his exact snap count. I blame that on the enemy. I blame that on Andy Reid not adjusting, bro. It almost seemed like Andy Reid wasn't even in the football game. Like his mind wasn't.
Kid
He
situation.
was kind of like foggy,
Well,
and
you
the
could
enemy too.
bring up the wreck thing and stuff.
Yeah. I read an article like in the morning that the kid's actually like in a coma and everything.
Do you guys think that they did change a lot at halftime though? Like everyone was like, "Oh, they got to go in and change." Did you think they changed? Did it look like they changed a lot?
No.
It was the same shit. Like let Mahomes run for his life and see what he can create out there.
Andy Reid was there physically, but not mentally.
Like not even try
right.
to establish screen passes or a run game or nothing. They just went right back to the same stuff. It seemed.
Question: Le'Veon Bell, what happened? Was he hurt? I never.
He
saw
was
him.
Cleared. He was supposed to play. I read he was cleared.
He didn't even use him, bro. He just played with 25.
So what's that?
Quite was Calaire. I'm like,
right.
Why not use them both? Put him in a slot, something. If he's in a slot, they're going to cover him. Then you can maybe run the ball a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I would fucking want a fucking release or a trade if I was Le'Veon Bell after that.
I mean, as bad as that wreck is, I would hate to think that a professional coach who was in charge of all these people once again would let he had to dump at the back of his head and really attack that game and worry about game only, and that had to be tough. But that's not an excuse.
We talked about it yesterday. Like we mentioned, like because of that wreck, like if the Buccaneers won this game, I would be happy because that's bad mojo, that's bad vibes, that's bad everything. When you're an adult,
he addressed it after the game. He said that all he can say right now, because there's litigations, is that his heart goes out for anybody involved, and that's all you can really say.
Yeah,
this is a freak accident. Shit happens,
I mean, you got to. I mean, the drink is a problem, though.
Yeah, I mean, vibes, that'll be an issue.
Bad energy towards you, right? Bad energy, bad juju.
You guys think
look what happened today.
You guys think they would have? I mean, I still think they would have lost because that offensive line could not do anything.
Yeah,
but you think
bad timing, but that's
Andy, we would have stayed back in Kansas City with the kid, and Eric Bieniemy would have been the acting coach.
I don't think that changes the outcome of the game. Regardless,
those are tough what ifs. Those are tough what ifs.
I don't think it changes the outcome of the game. The Buccaneers played way better, regardless of any outside the football situation. These are professional athletes, and regardless of tragedy, family problems, or anything, they have to go to work and do their job.
Yeah,
they have to, and they're the best in the world at what they do. So they have to have that mental mindset to be able to shut out.
He was intoxicated, but other than that, it was a freak accident. I mean, bro, it's a bad look. Whenever you're drinking and you get behind the wheel, like it's just bad vibes. Like bad energy.
Like I said yesterday, he admitted to taking his prescription Adderall. That's not a good sign.
No, I mean he fucked up. I mean that was
an
accident. He fucked up. He knows it.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
I've been in car wrecks.
I'm glad the Bucks won because that's bad to cheer something like that and to promote that, and it wouldn't be a good look for the league and et cetera, et cetera. So right there, we're talking about that incredible Mahomes play. Like this guy's a shortstop playing a quarterback out there.
Yeah, literally like from his knees almost making play, and they were still getting to the fucking receiver's hands. I think the receivers were in shock that he was still getting out the ball that far, and they were getting ready to catch it. They were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. A couple times it was in their hands. Couple times, even when he did that, the defense got a hand on the ball or something. I was like, "Geez, they can't win for losing."
Even the backs, they didn't give up. They could have given up and left and like stopped running chasing the wide receivers, and they kept up with them.
Yep. Even when they did that weird shit with Tyreek Hill running around the back and going behind the screen pass, they were all over it.
Tampa Bay was just more ready for this. It's just it's unbelievable because Andy Reid is by far a better coach than what's his face?
Arians. Tonight, Arians was a better coach. Tonight, he was definitely the better coach.
He was.
I think Arians was like Blaze mentioned. Like the difference between him and Andy Reid in this game was motivating the team. Like Arians had that team fucking ready to fucking launch, like ready to kill almost the defense, especially. So all the credit goes to Arians on that shit.
I love him.
The defensive scheme, the offensive scheme.
Yep,
it's debatable.
He was helping the Steelers out, and now to see him get one on his own, I like that. I props to the guy.
Yeah,
he's a good dude.
He almost won one with Carson Palmer in Arizona.
Yep, he's the type that players like to play for, man.
Yeah, he's a players coach.
Mofo says that it was weird. He did that prior to the Super Bowl, though. Why he didn't do that days from the AFC Championship don't make sense. And he's talking about the drinking and driving for the coach.
Shit happened. He said he had 2 drinks and he took his prescription. So that's a prescription. You just don't get behind the wheel if you're taking your prescription.
I mean, it's funny that out of all the, when did the season start? Like September? So out of all the 5 months, it happens until the Super Bowl week. It's kind of
We don't even know, bro. What if this is something he does on the regular?
Yeah,
and
that's
he
true.
Just got caught
That's
this
true.
time,
That's true.
right? It just caught up to him.
Yeah.
Because life's crazy, man. Life is very
Bad decision. He probably thought he can get away with it. Nothing's going to happen to me. I'll get home. I'll be fine.
Or maybe he
Exactly.
was because of Super Bowl.
Exactly. Just this is an example, gentlemen, of how important your decisions are out there. If anyone's watching us, listening to us, when you make choices out there, just really focus in on what you're doing because you don't know what could happen after that.
But right. I do like to believe, and I know mentally some of them had to be affected, but I do like to believe that they're professionals, are the best at what they do in the world. They got to put that behind them and go out there. And once you get on the field, I mean, that adrenaline runs, you forget about everything but playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, the players have no excuse. Andy Reid,
the players no excuse. If anyone has an excuse, it's probably Andy Reid, I guess, but not the players. Not the players at all.
Yeah, not the players.
What's up, Jeff? And James, the Raider fan, sadly, says that he likes the stream. Keep up the good work. All right, thanks, bro. If you want to sub to Mr. Blaze Radio, sub to the C Sports Show, sub to my channel if you want, and we'll sub right back, man. We'll sub right back to you. Welcome in, Jeff in the zone. What's up,
yes,
bro?
Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining. Thanks for having me.
At the end of the game, Mahomes was getting crushed. He was getting lit up a little bit at the end of the game.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys saw some of those plays, man.
That almost knocked him out cold.
Is that the one he fell and fumbled and they picked it up? And
there was one when his leg banded. Like I thought he fucking tore his ACL. I was like, what the fuck?
That play right there, man, where like he got smashed between three dudes.
That got bended. Yeah,
right.
Sue got him good one time too.
Yeah,
those kind of plays are really bad look because the game's already out of control. I mean, okay, you're a professional and you have to play out the time and shit, but man, if you're a Kansas City fan, you don't want to see your fucking franchise quarterback be in those positions.
5 minutes up in the fourth quarter, and they were really getting to him. I'm like, they just fucking take him out. You lost. It's 31-9. Just forget about it. I should have taken him out late in the fourth quarter. There was no point.
I think they wanted to rub the Chiefs' face in the dirt.
Oh yeah,
they did. because of how Brady got into it with the Honey Badger, right? So
thanks, mofo.
Brady might not say much to his team, but when his team's watching the fucking quarterback get into it, the safety, the team's gonna fucking go light a match under them, and we're gonna rise, bro.
Yeah,
right.
I get emotion in that, but you piss off the wrong person and you lit the fire on the other side.
Yeah, it's like if someone came in here and they started talking shit to the C Sports Show, everyone's gonna.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Your team's gonna rally on that.
Everyone.
It's like they were giving them bulletin board material throughout the whole game.
Right, because the C Sports Show, man, he's a good dude. So
yeah,
Midwest
don't mess
says,
with CE. We'll come get you.
Midwest says that Eric Bieniemy was the head coach. He would have been the worst head coaching experience for Bieniemy. Okay.
It's only one game, dude. The game plan's already installed. All he had to do.
Yeah, definitely. Try to cover all the topics.
Midwest, you're throwing shit at the dartboard, man. Good luck with that.
And there's Belichick, gentlemen. He's making an appearance on the podcast review thing. How do you think that guy's feeling after watching Gronk and Brady win a ring without him?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then
needs a new shirt.
Stafford, they're fucked low key. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do for next year.
Yeah.
What if they get Deshaun? I hate to see this, but what if they get Deshaun Watson?
I don't
know
if Belichick. You never know, bro. You never know. Why not?
I mean, there's so many teams getting thrown around. Yeah. Why not just say, I definitely don't want it. I like Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think he might end up just retiring, man. I mean, I don't know.
Dude, after this, okay,
I'll just wipe my ass with a Patriots jersey then.
So, okay, they win the Super Bowl without him. How do you guys think his stock falls? That Patriots dynasty, you think it kind of like diminishes a little bit the value of it?
I mean, not only that, but the way Todd Bowles' game plan and that only 9 points. I mean,
and you're facing the team that went 16-1 without that Chargers bye, right? 16-1.
Like if it would have been a shootout. Or you could he misses Bill Belichick on the defense, but fucking Todd Bowles did a great job of only 9 points. Like he didn't miss Bill Belichick at all.
I watched that shit.
It was his easiest Super Bowl, and it was the first time ever he scored a touchdown in the first quarter. It was like he was almost better off without Bill Belichick.
Bro, what if next year they go back again, bro, and they win it again? Okay, that whole Patriots shit is gonna crumble. Like it's gonna be almost like worthless. because it's going to be Brady. He's the real leader, right? Because
I
like you're
actually,
talking about,
that sounds good
Arians,
to me. I
Todd
like that
Bowles,
theory.
yeah, Arians, Todd Bowles, and Byron Leftwich. Okay, they're going to go if they win, they're going to go 2 for 2 with Brady. It's going to be the same shit as like McDaniels and fucking Patricia, uh, Belichick. It's going to be the same exact shit.
And
And he's only at 43 years old.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's not looking good
This
for
guy, like Jack Roberts says, man, he's fucking on suicide watch or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably trying to concoct something to get a team together next year. Who knows?
He's probably
There he is,
mastermind.
gentlemen, the best quarterback in terms of winning championships that we're ever going to see in our lifetime, for sure. No one ever is going to win 7 rings again. I don't think so.
no.
No way, dude. Where do you guys see, the next couple of years for this dude? How do you think he's going to happen next his career?
Well, so he'll definitely go back to Tampa Bay, and then he's going to be a free agent in 2000 and after next year. So I think he either retires or stay with Tampa. I don't think he's going to go to a third team. I don't think so. So he'll be next year with Tampa, and then he might. I don't know. We'll see. But if he gets 8, he might try to go for 10. I don't know.
The guy seems like a bionic man. Like he can't be stopped. If he can stay healthy, he can play and be very successful for a couple more years. As much as I hate to admit it, I got to be real.
He looks great. I
think his strongest value is his leadership skills. I think that's his strongest value because the offensive line protects that dude like if it was like his kid. And that's because they like him. That's because they really like Brady. Like they remember last week.
Well, they like that he's going to bring him a Super Bowl. He likes he's a winner.
Remember last week when they won the NFC Championship game? Brady, when they got up there and they were like Brady, he was like, "What up, my team? Like what's up with my team?" And when they were like celebrating, a lot of random dudes came up to him and they were like, they embraced him and shit because they know, like Blaze is mentioning, like if we protect this dude and we keep him upright, and he's gonna take us on in the play. He's gonna keep winning. He's gonna keep winning.
Yeah, so that's next year. They keep saying it, crazy mofo. So they do play next year. They don't have a date for it, but they do play next year. Tampa Bay versus New England.
Brady versus Butch. Oh man, that's gonna be great, bro.
I have a date for it, but
what quarterback do you think is gonna have in that game? Stidham?
It's looking right now. It's probably gonna be Jared Stidham. Unless they can for like Trey Lance or Jake Trash or something. I don't know. They have like a 15 pick.
Hey, what if they trade up or something? Who knows?
They're gonna have to trade up for somebody because they already lost out on Matthew Stafford. It looks like Carson's about to go to Chicago. Unless they can work magic and get their hands on Watson, they're probably gonna have to go get a rookie.
Stay cool.
What was the rumors about Garoppolo going back there? I heard. I was like, how in the hell would that work?
Then what will San Francisco do? Unless they do a 3-way trade, Watson to San Francisco and then Jimmy Garoppolo to New England. I mean, that's the only way.
I think those are like really like lower tier teams. I mean, they could do something, right? You never know. National Football League, it's so random every year. But Stay Cool makes a good point, though. He says that if he was Brady, he would retire on top with the 7-3.
I finally agree with Stay Cool.
He can't help himself. He's too much of a competitor to like retire.
Yep, he's got that spirit.
As long as he
can still play, he's going to do it.
I don't know if he would Stay Cool, but
if he can't do it anymore, he's going to do it, I feel.
I would love to see him. That's a bias, but I'd love to see him retire.
I think in this specific situation, I think he'll come back, bro, because we talked about all the factors going for Tampa.
He already said he's coming back post conference.
And the fact they're going to have a lot of cap space next year for the offseason. I think $30-40 million in cap space. So, I mean, why would you let that just on the table like that? And $20 million, right? Next year.
Yeah.
I mean, that 43-year-old quarterback getting paid $20 million. It's unheard of in football.
Yeah, he's gonna come back next year. He's already said it multiple times.
Yeah, the Midwest Bucks Patriots on Sunday Night Football. All right, there you go, bro. Prime time.
It's not. That's not true. They turn not out until like April or May.
Okay.
Fake news.
Midwest, man.
It's gonna happen. We just don't have a date.
All right. Okay, so I think that's pretty much gonna do it for the yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for the Super Bowl wrap up, Super Bowl preview. Want to congratulate all the people that had Tampa Bay in the pick'em. I think pretty much everyone had Tampa except like London, me, and I think that's pretty much gonna do it, man. Uh, so I kind of feel a bit bummed, dude, because I got the Super Bowl pick right 2 years in a row, but that's how far my streak lasted, just 2 years. I got it wrong this year. Got to
I got
go back to the drawing board, man, and see where I messed up on. I got to listen to the C Sports Show and Mr.
I
Blaze
think
Radio on.
I think it was offensive line, man. I think you didn't take that seriously. The two right. I think you didn't take that as important as we all did. That he was going to be missed to both right tackle and the left tackle. I think that's where you should have looked at it a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. And Cody Johnson, man, I think Cody won Super Bowl today. I think he was mentioning to us. Tell us how was it, bro?
Ham and that other kid, I forget what his name was, Emmanuel, I think. I don't even know.
I mean, if your two tackles are out, I don't know why that Mahomes and them didn't go to like some quick slants, some one-step drops, quick outs, and some screen passes bro. And stuff, screens, because they were afraid that you're going to get a lot of pressure. They could have unloaded the ball a lot earlier, and you didn't see any of that, hardly.
Oh,
I think they were surprised that they were down so fast, so quickly, by outplayed completely, and they always stuck to the original game plan. They never adjusted that shit we talked about in the second half. They came up with the same exact shit. Yeah.
If they tried to adjust, it didn't work.
No, you couldn't adjust. It was simple as this. They had no protection. They couldn't contain the Buccaneers.
It was hard to watch because I wanted to see some big plays from Mahomes, but he never had time to do it.
No, man, it was kind of frustrating and sad for Mahomes at the end, man.
I mean, early he had that big pass to Kelsey, which looked good, and I'm like, "Ooh, there's a big first down. Looks like they're moving the ball." Just never came to fruition for him.
No, and in a situation like tonight, as the game goes on, the offensive line gets tired. So, I mean, if they couldn't protect them in the first half, they were not going to be able to protect them in the second half. I mean, they just get wear down. That by the end, that's what they kept hitting. Dominican Sue had him with a big one. Then he got his leg all twisted up. That's why he said, take him out, dude. Forget about it. Start thinking about next year. You're down 31-9 in the fourth quarter. It's over.
Definitely. All right, man. So pretty much topics, unless you guys want to talk about anything we mentioned, go for it, dude.
No, man. I mean, congratulations to Tampa Bay, that defense, Todd Bowles, Bruce Arians, Tom Brady. And we'll see what happens next year. I mean, we're all thinking a rematch, but we'll hopefully not. Let's see what else happens. I mean, maybe one team. Teams that usually don't lose don't come back the next year. So maybe
I think the Chiefs are in trouble.
Maybe somebody else makes it next year. Let's see where Deshaun Watson goes.
You know which team I like for next year? See, I know this is going to sound kind of crazy because they have this history of losing and shit. Mm-hmm. Maybe you like the Cleveland Browns because they might be a little bit hungry. Might be a little bit hungry to do something in the playoffs next year. We'll see. Maybe. I mean, the AFC. Yeah.
I like golf, but Lamar Jackson, man. Once you make him throw the football, he struggles.
Yeah.
I really wish it was a closer game, but the game did give us a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
it wasn't an uneventful game. You know what I mean? Like a lot. Shit happened enough to talk about.
Oh, no,
a lot of controversy, a lot of drama.
Yeah, it wasn't boring. It was just kind of mostly one-sided.
It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't like as the 48 where fucking Seattle just beat the shit out of Denver.
Well,
this wasn't.
I don't know if it was the fourth quarter, but maybe right before the third quarter ended, they had a chance to get a touchdown. They were down, close to the goal. If they would have scored there and been down 2 scores going into the fourth, we could have had a ball game.
Yeah, no, they could just never get it in the end zone.
I think that was the interception when he got tipped and it was intercepted in the end zone. Maybe
Devin White.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was
and he forced it. But if they would have got the touchdown there, 31-16 going into the fourth,
I don't know.
They would need to have got a stop to make it a game. They had no momentum. That would have been a little momentum at least if they would have got a touchdown. You know what I mean?
I think the Chiefs were lucky that they only scored 31 on them, bro. Because this could have been bad. They could have been like a 42 some shit.
They had no positives to ride off. You know what I mean? Like if they would have got a touchdown in the third quarter, maybe they would have had a little momentum. But yeah, the way it seemed, it was almost unsurmountable.
Yeah.
I think they got lucky that it was only a 31-9 game. I think it could have ended really bad for them. It ended really it could have been like 49-9 or some shit like that.
You can't turn the ball over. You can't have that many penalties. Those are killers.
Yeah. You can't kick field goals when this dude's dropping 3 touchdowns in the first half. Also,
Yeah. When it was like 21-6, and I'm like, they're trading touchdowns for field goals. This shit's over.
Yeah, if you're in the Super Bowl and you get in the red zone, you better score.
Yeah,
Stay Cool says if we saw that dude that ran the field.
Yeah, we saw that.
It reminded me of that. But you know how Hank Aaron passed away recently. They showed a lot of footage of his home run, and there was like fans ran to the field. Maybe some dude was trying to do the same shit with Brady.
Yeah. I wish they would show it because I know security probably tackled the shit out of him.
They said the commentator said it took a while, but they got to him obviously. But they said he had a nice little run. He said.
Stay Cool likes the Buffalo for next year, and Midwest says that Pittsburgh that they might be coming.
Pittsburgh's got to get a running game though. They got to get a running game.
They were, I forget who they. Aaron Jones they were looking at from Green Bay.
Oh, they got to have to pay though. You got to be careful with those free agent running backs because a lot of times, man, they burned out pretty quick. Look at Todd Gurley and even what's the guy?
They'll be competitive, bro. They'll get their linebackers back. They'll get.
They'll be better.
Yeah, you're right, bro. They need James Conner needs to either. He might be,
him and Juju. Conner and Juju, bye.
Yeah, he might be a little messed up from his illness, and Juju is a head case, super diva. Yeah. You don't want him on that team anymore, bro.
It's all dependent on old man Ben if he could stay healthy, and that's
It doesn't mesh with the Pittsburgh legacy, that franchise. And look at what Antonio Brown did. He made it about himself, but now look at him. That's the power.
I'd like to see the Steelers get someone like Travis Etienne or someone in the draft as well coming out.
Oh, that'd be nice.
He's that style running back too.
See, you guys see so Chicago's. I mean, and Philadelphia. One of the players we're talking about in the trade for Carson Wentz would be Tyreek Cohen. We don't even need him. We got Miles Sanders. He would be helpful for you guys more. Tyreek Cohen. He's not fantastic, but he would be better than James Conner, I think.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. The other thing about fucking Steelers now is they fucking have the Browns in that division, right?
And all 4 teams are good. Even the Bengals will be better next year. Yeah. I think Bengals will be better next year too. They get that lineman to help protect Burrow.
Joe Burrow. He was pretty good, right? Joe Burrow was all right. Yeah. You guys think that
not bad. Get a team around.
You guys think that Trevor Lawrence will be like elite in the NFL, like Joe
Big
Burrow?
Question. Good question. Who knows? I don't think it's as solid as people think it is.
Joe Burrow has that winning mentality, and I don't know if Trevor Lawrence has that kind of mentality.
Yeah. Plus, he's going to start in Jacksonville, which might not be that easy.
Urban Meyer with a college offense, that's another problem. Usually college coaches don't work.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly and
what's up? IR's in here, and he says that if the Chiefs won, they would. Yeah. Okay. IR's in here. Chiefs would be the 3 AFC West teams with 3 Super Bowl wins. Yeah, I mean, I think the Chiefs already have one, bro. But maybe he's talking about like multiple rings. I think that's what he meant.
Well, Chiefs already had 2. They won 1. They won Super Bowl 2 or 3, and then obviously last year.
There you go. Midwest, what's up, bro? Wentz, Foles, and Cohen.
You can't believe what the players say. You can't believe a player. How many times has that happened when they tell you you're not getting traded, then you get traded? You can't believe a player with Midwest.
Yeah, the players aren't allowed to. Even if they did know they were getting traded, they can't say it.
Yeah, Midwest. You can't believe that what the players are saying.
They have to deny it.
Manager, and he asked him, he's like, "We're not trading you. What do you want him to say?" Of course, he's gonna say no.
Well, no one ever said Terry Bradshaw was a smart cookie. He's an old hillbilly. He's hilarious as shit, and he has 4 rings himself. So.
Right. I mean, a lot of these TV people got it wrong. I think
he's allowed to be wrong.
The people who got it right was Skip Bayless, who's like a weirdo. Like Shannon Sharp got it wrong. Stephen A., Max Kellerman, Colin Coward. They all got it wrong.
Yep.
Yeah. The only guy that got it wrong was Skip Bayless.
I still give a lot of credit to Arians, man. Beginning of the year, they start putting this all-star team together, and people are like, they're going to Super Bowl, they're going to Super Bowl. And I think it depended on whether Arians could make them work together and put a good game plan, and he did it.
Yeah, no, and
definitely.
A lot of
people get credit on that shit. Arians
Oh.
definitely has to get his fair share of credit for putting that shit together.
A lot
Especially
of
because he's an older coach who has, also a bunch of like health problems and shit. He's got to battle that, dude. The COVID shit also had happened.
And he's an offensive-minded guy, and he got a hell of a defensive coach to take care of them. He hooked that team up.
Yeah. Well, it was a lot of the same coaching staff that was in Arizona. So they did it in Arizona with Carson Fulmer. Imagine what you should be like if with Carson Fulmer they were in the NFC Championship game. Of course, with Tom Brady, they're going to win it if you think about it. So
Tomlin isn't good. That's funny, Jack.
Tomlin isn't good though, is he? He wins games until the playoffs. Ooh.
Yeah, he doesn't have a Super Bowl, does he? No. He hasn't been coaching for forever. No. He has one hell of a winning record. No.
He won 8-8 with a guy named Duck.
Yeah. he went 8-8 with like a whole second team, like pretty much hardly any starters.
I think Tomlin is like the right coach for that franchise because he knows about the legacy. He knows what the Steelers culture is about.
You got Noel, Cowher, and Tomlin. That's how many decades? Only 3 coaches.
Yeah.
He's the right coach for that franchise, that system they have there, about being about defense and integrity and playing to your.
There's a lot of Steeler fans were wanting to get rid of him last year. They're very fickle when it comes to not having a winning record and stuff. And I didn't really blame it on him. He kept them together enough to keep them at 8-8, like CE said.
You went 1-8 with.
What would you do,
Duck? Come on,
Blaze? What would you do with Big Ben? What would you do there?
I can't. I would love for him to retire. I want to start the restart. I would like. I don't think he had. If he can stay healthy, he can make us. He can make the Steelers a playoff team again. But I don't think he can. I don't think he's mobile enough anymore. I don't think he has the connection with the younger players as much anymore. I think he should retire, but he's not going to because he has that mentality. He wants to play more. So I gotta give him. He's gonna want to play again.
Jack Roberts says that he won with Cowher's team. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's what I've heard in 2008. That it was a Bill Cowher team.
They still have to coach him for 16 games and the playoffs. So pretty much his team.
No, look at what he's drafted: Devin White, Bud Dupree. Joe, he's put a good team together. Joe Haven,
they know how to draft, bro.
Patrick. He's done a good job.
We're not dealing with Bubby Brister and Mark Malone anymore.
Yeah.
Our old quarterbacks. They drafted well. They draft pretty well. I mean, we'll see what happens this year. It's up in the air.
I mean, I thought that maybe with Phillip Rivers and Eli Manning retiring last year, and then Drew Brees most likely retiring, I thought he would maybe say, "I'm part of that era. Let me retire." But I guess
I like the Buffalo Bills pick, man. They were really good this year. Now they got a little playoff experience. They can add a couple more pieces, maybe. They looked really good this year. Now people will be ready for him next year. This year was a little more of a surprise.
I use the playoffs as like a big measuring stick, right? Because look how Baker did in the playoffs, and look how Josh Allen did in the playoffs, bro. Josh Allen fucking nosedived. He was super confused in every single game. Colts, Ravens, the Chiefs, and Baker he fought through it. He fought through it. His team responded. Buffalo was super overvalued, super overhyped, man.
Both of those teams are going to be a lot better next year too because of the experience they got this year.
Yeah, I think Buffalo, same thing. They got to get a running game, and they could really do something. They don't run the football, so they got secondary. But I don't know. They got to do a better job of getting another running back or just establishing the running game a lot more.
If they had a scary running game or someone that made the defenses have to worry about the running game, hell yeah, they'd be a lot more dangerous.
And then Tyreek, even what's his name, Stephon Diggs would even get even more catches. They would have to come up and guard the run.
The Browns have 2 elite running backs, gentlemen.
Yeah, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Jack's got the dartboard now.
2 elite tight ends. The offensive line's pretty good too.
What's his name? Beckham, and they're gonna use that money to get a secondary help. And then
Who's your team, Jack Roberts? He's
going.
Let's see what he says.
Vixen here. What's up, Nick? How you doing, bro? Tomlin has been coaching forever. That is also Super Bowl forever. Ooh.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
But
you're going to play us every year competing for him.
Coach for a long time and never even won a damn playoff game. Marvin, what's his name?
There's one team that wins the Super Bowl every year.
Marvin Lewis.
A bunch of losers. Yeah.
Marvin Lewis for like 15 years, and he couldn't even win a playoff game.
You have a 3% chance to win a Super Bowl if you're a football team.
Yep.
5% chance to win the Tennessee in the start.
The Bengals. Oh, that makes all the sense in the world. Then now all your points make complete sense now.
All right, go Joe Burrow.
And how many Super Bowls you guys got?
None.
How'd you guys do against the 49ers? You going to talk about
man,
Super Bowls?
It's like 1970.
Woo!
Did they win with that Messiah?
They made it against the 49ers. They beat the Chargers in the Ice Bowl to get to it. And then they got stomped by the 49ers. Not even worse than this game. 100 times worse than this Super Bowl.
What was
That's why it's cool to have Blaze in here, man, because he can tell us about the real history of the NFL.
What's the biggest blowout you've seen?
What's that?
The biggest blowout in the Super Bowl, like the biggest ass kicking.
The Chargers won when the Niners
the
did it to them.
Got their ass kicked, dude. What about
Chargers
Seattle,
beat the
bro?
Steelers
Seattle and Denver.
And then they just destroyed them. You don't have to say you're good, but don't come talking about my team when your team is the shit of the division that's really good.
Yeah, that's the worst one I've ever seen. The 48.
Yeah, don't come talking about Super Bowls when you ain't never even sniffed one.
You're talking about 6 Super Bowls to 0. But what was that Chargers San Francisco game?
What's that?
Yeah, that was a shit. That was a shit show because the first quarter it was a killer.
Yeah, they blew them out. I just remember John Taylor had like a big 70-yard touchdown, and it was over before it started. They just destroyed
the Seattle versus John Elway. That was a shit show too.
Oh, Seattle versus 48, the one that just passed a few years ago. Seattle versus Denver, yeah, 48-7. I think it was.
The first play of the game,
the ball went over Peyton's head.
Yeah, the coach sucks real bad. What's his overall record, Jack? Good. Look up Tomlin's overall win-loss record. That sucks. 8-8's his worst season. Just saying. You got a bad argument there, buddy. Stop. Here, when's your birthday? I'm gonna send you a shovel. You're digging yourself a grave, bud.
Yeah, sorry, Colby.
Colby, you're bringing up bad things about. Hey, Colby, I'll tell you what. Was that the same year the Broncos knocked out the Steelers, though, or no? That was the Tim Tebow game. When they beat the Steelers.
Right. I mean, you guys got it back though, Colby. Super Bowl 50. Super Bowl 50, you guys came up on top though. So
Seahawks, Broncos, yeah.
Yeah, they beat Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah, Tomlin doesn't discipline his players at all. You're right, Jack. 100%. He can stop people from dancing on the logo. You're correct. He should have been out there holding his hand. Is probably what he should have done. Jack Roberts for head coach of the Bengals.
Or Zach Taylor. I don't even know about Zach Taylor. I might have to get a new one again.
But what's worse, getting stomped in a Super Bowl like this, or losing on the last play like the Seahawks or the Titans?
I think you rather
both
belong. I think when you get
bad.
The way the Broncos did and the Chiefs did tonight, I feel like you don't even belong there.
Yeah.
You start questioning
the Titans were an arm length away from a touchdown. The Titans would have won over the Rams and run the ball instead of pass. And Seahawks would have had another one.
I think I really get.
And that's one less Brady.
Brady wasn't both of them. That's funny.
So that would have been two less Brady.
Brady also kind of got his heart broken in 42 with the Tyreek Cohen catch, whatever the hell his name was, Tyreek Hill. Remember?
Oh no, the Giants. Giants.
The Giants.
Brady might go to one more, bro. He might, because Brady. I mean, Manning went twice. Brady might.
Manning went twice in like 4 years, wasn't it? Or twice in 3 years.
I mean, no, I'm just mentioning that Peyton Manning went twice with Denver.
Yeah, 48 and 50.
And now Brady's going to go twice with Tampa.
And they both are the only ones to win Super Bowls with two different teams, like he said.
Well, didn't Tom Brady
says that?
Didn't Tom Brady go to 3 in a row with New England from was it?
Yeah.
It was. Hold on. It was
51, 52, and 53.
52 with Eagles, and then 53 with Rams. So yeah, he went back not too long ago. He went to three straight.
Bro, Brady has won. He's won and he's lost one. I mean, not like lost Super Bowl, but he's won every other year. He won 51, 50, and so on. Yeah.
So ever since 49, so he won it in 49. He won it 51. He won 53. He won 55. Ever since 49, he's won it every other year.
That's such a
Anybody who's
crazy
been in
pattern.
10
That's
Super
that's
Bowls.
incredible. Like, how could you not say like that's an incredible pattern?
10
So
Super
Every
Bowls
other
is
year, the
unreal.
guy wins Super Bowl.
I don't care if you're a third
Remember
string
every
special teams player. If you've been in 10 Super Bowls, that's unreal.
yeah. But I mean, and people don't even talk about that. Ever since 49, he's won it every other year. 49,
Every other year, see.
That's crazy.
That's an incredible pattern, dude. That's an incredible pattern.
That's
Jack Roberts, I'm so sorry, Jack, that you're so sad and crying that you think Big Ben's a fat ass. Yeah, you're right. It's okay. Here, you can wipe your tears up with this terrible towel. Here, let me wipe your tears, Jack. Just hope that they get some help for your boy Burrow, or you're going to be 0-16 next year.
Oh my Lord!
Colby
man.
says
You
that
can join the Lions.
There you go.
David
dude,
Tyree, there it is, Midwest. That's what we were looking for, CE. David Tyree.
Oh, Tyreek. I keep calling him Tyreek Cohen. I don't know why. David Tyreek. Yeah, my bad.
Colby, you told me that before. I'm a Steeler fan. I'm very loyal. I'm diehard, but I'm also a realist, man. I'm not gonna if they're not that good. When they were 11-0 this year, I didn't think they were going to a Super Bowl. I knew they played terrible competition. I knew they got lucky with a bunch of wins. You know, I wasn't one saying, "Oh, they're gonna go all the way. They're the best. They're undefeated." No, man. I knew it was a downfall coming. I didn't know it was gonna be that bad, but.
Stay Cool says that his team will never make the Super Bowl again. Chicago Bears.
Unless you get super lucky, fix Carson Wentz. And if
they got to get the right quarterback, man. They haven't when have they ever had the right quarterback?
No, not even when they had when they won in '85. Tim McMahon,
yeah, Jim McMahon. Their defense won that. So
not even that year. They never
had was like a Trent Dilfer, one of those quarterbacks that didn't make mistakes in the Super Bowl. So they won.
Not Johnson with the Tampa Bay in 2002.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to
Joe
do a ton. You just
with
don't
the
make
Ravens,
the mistakes.
bro.
But at least Joe Flacco had the arm.
Flacco, and
like these random quarterbacks that just one-hit wonders in the right team.
I hate to say it, but
in a badass defense.
Exactly, exactly. Look at what Flacco did with fucking the Jets and fucking Denver and shit, bro. It looked like them.
No, I mean,
he was no fucking Tom Brady. He was no Tom Brady at that point.
Lucky with those quarterbacks, man. Look at almost last year San Francisco with Jimmy Garoppolo.
A Porter Hobson.
Yeah, Jimmy G. He could go down in history as like a Brad Johnson type of dude. I mean, not like he didn't win it, right? But that kind of.
You remember Rex Grossman with the
What's up, Porter? Welcome,
Rex Grossman.
Remember him? Yeah.
Colby says that he could see Brady the Super Bowl back next year. Yeah, definitely. That's a great.
It's a reach there, Colby. That's a reach. I bet you're the only one saying that right now.
Unless San Francisco gets Watson, I think it's going to be Tampa Bay again.
Well, sorry.
It's going to be Tampa Bay Super Bowl next year.
Porter,
it's going to happen.
Your team is awesome, Porter. Don't hang your head, man. You guys fell against a really good team tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, your offensive line wasn't intact. Patrick Mahomes was dealing with a broken toe.
Yeah.
Andy Reid was dealing with the distraction from the kid getting into the car accident.
Kansas City. I don't think they. I mean, you still look at 25 out of the last 27 games. That's pretty damn amazing.
Yeah, and this is only the second time he was in the playoffs, and both of them have been to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So if you take Tom Brady
really young. We could see the same two teams next year in the Super Bowl.
Maybe. Usually teams that lose don't do good the next year, though. Yeah. But maybe we'll see.
Yeah. That's exactly right. See, the team that loses the Super Bowl, they don't even make the playoffs next year.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, we'll see, right? I'm not going to see each other in the playoffs. I mean, I'm just saying, based on history. Based on history, the team that loses.
I'm writing that
based
down.
on history, the team that loses this game does not make the playoffs
they don't make
the year. But
Larry
the Chiefs
says
could be the
Chiefs
exception.
ain't making the playoffs. Make a note, people. Mark a timestamp. Larry said Chiefs ain't making the playoffs.
Now, most recently, this is Tom Brady. But the Patriots lost 52 to the Philadelphia, and then the next year they won at 53 versus the Rams. So
yeah, I mean, there's an exception to every rule.
Yeah,
but for the most part, the team that loses falls off, even a little bit or a lot.
Look at San Francisco; they didn't make it this year. The Rams didn't make it.
All right, but the Chiefs will be in there because now they have 7 playoff teams going, so they're going to be top 7. They're easily top 7. They're top 2. They're top 3.
Well, in their division, unless the Raiders make a move, I think they're the same. I think the Chargers can be a little better with the young quarterback.
You coach for the Chargers, though. That's going to be a little bit drop off.
Chargers. Who else is in that division?
That Chargers
Broncos, bro.
because
Drew Lock, Mr. Kobe Sports, Drew Lock, they're in the division.
They need a quarterback too. Same thing.
Yeah,
Denver and Chicago need the right with the right quarterback. Those teams can come together. They're
Kobe,
not.
they got an awesome defense for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Supposedly that Chargers coach was both an offensive-minded an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator at one point. So I don't know how the hell that works, but supposedly I read an article that he was a defensive coordinator with the Rams last year. But I think before he's been an offensive coordinator as well. So I don't know how the fuck. I don't know if that's good or bad, to be honest.
That Charger team is just like a minor league football NFL team, bro. Like, they don't really care about doing much, because the players, they don't play with injury, bro. They get a little bit banged up, and now like, I'm out. I can't play. I'm out this week and shit. And it's like the whole system, like the whole team is on that slope.
They need a different team mindset completely. It sounds like
they probably need like a new owner or to like whip up, bring some order and shit in on that team, because
San Diego.
It's like the owner's like a whipping boy. It's like they tell him what to do. Like the NFL tells him what to do, and he listens, right? Because come to LA, I'm going to LA. Be like the minor league, be the Clippers of Los Angeles.
There's a lot of shitty
What they should have really done if they wanted to win is you already have the quarterback in Justin Herbert. You should have done everything in your power to convince Bill Belichick to leave New England and go coach you up. That's what they should have done. You don't think Bill Belichick would have considered at least go to
fuck yeah.
LA?
Easily. There's some teams in the NFL that are just like, it's like the owners, the franchise, the mindset that it's just a losing culture, right? We talked about Pittsburgh Steelers and having that winning culture for so many years. And the Chargers are completely the opposite, bro. They're a team that they don't have that at all. They don't have history. They don't have
identity.
legacy.
They don't have an identity, And now with the new coach, it's kind of like starting all over.
They got lucky hitting with Justin Herbert in the draft, right? Because that was kind of a luck a little bit.
He seems good. And then the injury that brought him on, too. Like, he wasn't even supposed to play that much.
Oh, yeah, the fucking trainer, what happened? Did he break somebody's rib? He was warming up. Punched his lung. Jesus Christ.
I was hearing rumors that he was going to go to the Lions to back up Goff.
Tyree Taylor?
Possibly.
That poor guy's always been a backup.
Yeah.
He had a chance. I saw him play at Virginia Tech, and he had a chance, but I don't know. He's never gotten the chance. Like, he's always been a backup in Cleveland to Baker Mayfield. He had a good Buffalo. Remember, he started. He made the playoffs in 2017, I believe.
Yeah.
But nobody has really viewed him as a long-term franchise quarterback.
He's not terrible. Maybe he just needs the right system. I don't know.
Maybe Bill Belichick should get his ass until he can find a real quarterback.
Man, it's tough, dude. Those journeyman quarterbacks have been around the league for a while. It's tough to find a spot for them in the NFL as a starter, but as a backup, why not, bro? Why not? He has a lot of experience.
Jacoby Brissett, another lifetime backup.
Yeah.
We talked about, man, the position of quarterback in football is probably like the hardest position to play in all the sports because you have to be gifted athletically and gifted mentally. That's why they give them the test, the IQ test on those quarterbacks. In no other sport do you get an IQ test except as quarterback, bro.
It has to be tolling hard on you mentally.
On his, and then he ended up being a good quarterback.
That's a lot of pressure, man.
It is. It is, dude. Because
right.
when you
lose,
lose,
it's mentally very tough. It's your fault when you lose. Yep.
Because you can lose a football game, and then everything's your fault. And then you can win a football game, and you can play like shit, but you can still win. So you're like, well, where the fuck do I stand here? What's going on with me?
Oh, you better play good. Otherwise, the losing's gonna. I mean, the bad play's gonna catch up to you.
What do you think about Drew Lock for the Denver Broncos going forward for next year?
He sucks. They gotta get a new one.
I don't know. It's tough because this was his first year. He started all year, right?
Yeah, that's true. And
he has to get a record. He lost record.
Because you're going to try to get some other tools to help him. So, I mean, just to play devil's, I don't think he's that great, but I think the organization's probably going to try to get some players around him and give him another chance, I would think. I don't know.
He's never had like a true off season because when he came in as a rookie, I mean, it doesn't really count because you have to worry about the fucking the draft and the combine, the pro days.
True.
And then last year it was supposed to be his second year, but because of the coronavirus, no OTAs, no mini camp, so he's never had that true offseason as an NFL quarterback. That's a problem with Drew Lock. But then again, Justin Herbert, I think it this year.
Right.
So
Speaking
I think
of
Drew Luck.
Luck, do you think Andrew Luck will come back? There's been that rumor floating around.
McAfee, former Colts player, said that he could come back, but I don't think so.
There was
think so
a
either,
bunch
dude.
of text messages with his wife that was bouncing around where he says he had a meeting with the coach and he's thinking about it, which of course he's thinking about it. He's an athlete, but whether it happens or not could be completely different.
It's Indianapolis, right? Obviously.
Yeah. He's going to come back and play for the Colts, they're saying.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, if he does, how do you turn him down if he comes back? He's still young.
Yeah. You have to accept him. They don't have a quarterback right now.
He's proven he can do it in that city. He's endeared in that city.
Yeah, they would have to. Now, hold on. Imagine this. So he's from Houston. Imagine if he wants to play, but then they're like, Watson, taxes call. Watson, Luck, what do you do there?
That's the Watson, man.
The first thing to drop is the Watson. Whatever happens to Watson will start everything else.
Yeah, that's a big domino, man. That's a big domino.
Yeah, exactly. The dominoes will fall.
Imagine if they call them, they're like, okay, Andrew Luck's coming back. Then because Andrew Luck might rather play in Houston because it's his hometown. I don't know.
Man, the thing about the Texans, we're talking about these franchises, these legacies. They're a bad franchise, bro. Yeah. Top to bottom, they're just.
I mean, even in his hometown, he might still say no.
Yeah, because if the owner is trusting a guy like Bill O'Brien to make decisions, the owner is also he's not a good owner, bro. He's not a good guy because he's giving all that power to some dude that is kind of fucking. He's out there, right?
That one guy, Jake Easter Bunny, what his name is? Easterberry. What's his name? Easterberry.
There's a reason why Deshaun Watson wants out of that franchise because he's in there. He's in the meetings. Yep. He's meeting with these executives. He's meeting with these front office people. And he's like, bro, these people probably have no clue what they're doing out here.
No. Today, for no reason, they fired the equipment manager. And JJ Watt was going off on Twitter about it.
Yep.
For no fucking reason.
What about Cam Newton? You guys see Cam Newton going anywhere next year?
Ooh, I heard Washington, according to Adam Schefter.
I've heard that one too.
Possibly Washington.
Why wouldn't Chicago or a Denver want someone like him? No?
I think Chicago's trying to get what's his face, Wentz. I think they're locked in on him. So
I know Newton would be especially after last year. I mean,
he looked terrible last year towards the end.
How do you if he can get back to 80% of his peak, he can probably still be successful, and he's a beast. You get him at the 1 yard line, that big son of a bitch is going to score.
The last 2 years, man, he's looked terrible, man.
I think he's a little bit washed up, man.
It could be.
I think
he could be done.
We talked about that.
Hits
couldn't happen to a better guy.
Cam Newton more like a running back than a quarterback. Like he might be washed up already.
Yeah, definitely, man. The thing about those veteran quarterbacks in the NFL, they've been in a lot of wars, bro, and that mental clock in their mind goes off. And there also comes a point where Cam kind of thinks he might be better than what he really is. So that's their dynamic that you got to mess with.
He's never been a good thrower.
Bill Belichick, I think, messed up by bringing him in because he should have just tried to go with Jarrett Stidham, lose a lot of football games, and get a really good draft pick, right? This year in the draft, they got some good quarterbacks coming up in this draft, dude.
But they're gonna have to either get lucky somebody doesn't pick somebody, or they're gonna have to trade up.
Bill Belichick, sorry, bro, go for it.
I was looking at the free agent quarterbacks, everyone that's out there, and that's why I saw Newton on there and thought, wonder if he could find a home or not. It's tough. Tyrod Taylor, Fitzpatrick, Trubisky, Jacoby Brissett.
Bro, Cam Newton probably lost money by playing for the Patriots last year. He should, if he would have just been retired, he probably would have saved the longevity. He probably would say mental health, physical health. He got paid the lowest salary for a quarterback in history or some shit like that.
What about Ryan Fitzpatrick? What do you guys think about?
I like Cam. I'd rather have him than Cam Newton, to be honest. I just don't know where else to go. Maybe to Denver. I mean, I'd rather have Fitzpatrick than Drew Luck.
Could they possibly keep him in Miami and make Tua sit another year?
Tua fucking sucks, man.
Tua sucks, dude.
I'm not being biased. I'm not being. I swear to you, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think Jalen Hurts is going to be better than Tua Tagovailoa. I'm sorry.
I think he can be.
I think he's going to be better.
But what about Tua? What about Tua in put him in Arizona or something where the offense is a little more open? Maybe.
But it's Kyler Murray's over there.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I'm saying facetiously, like, if he would be successful, could Tua be successful in a different system? You think, or is he that bad?
It's pretty.
I don't know.
I think the problem with Tua is his mental power, his mental belief in himself fails him because his confidence shrinks like a lot, bro.
Yeah.
And you have Fitzpatrick in there who's got all the fucking confidence in the world. And when you watch that contrast, you're like, bro, like Tua, he's not gonna do it, man. He's not gonna. Yeah. But we'll see, man. He's only his first year. He's a rookie. Let's see what he's made of in year 2, man.
Once again, the Watson thing, because there's that Miami Houston thing they talk about and all that too.
That's another one. That's very light.
That's the domino blaze that you're talking about. Once that domino falls, everything else is going to fall accordingly.
I think it's funny how Matthew Stafford and Wentz are going to get traded before Watson. Like, that's kind of weird to me.
It is, but I think because the Lions they wanted to. That's weird. It is a weird move to move Stafford instead of Watson because Watson's so much better than fucking Stafford. Stafford's a veteran quarterback. He's been in a lot of fucking wars. Like, is he going to make your team that much better than Jared Goff? I mean, Jared Goff, for me, he's probably like a 75 to like a 79 quarterback. Stafford's probably like 83 to 85, right?
Jerk off.
So you're giving up all these picks and shit for a veteran quarterback that's been. Dude, Stafford got sacked 38 times last year. A couple of years ago,
Stafford has a bad back. Stafford's been hurt a lot.
He's always had a back. Yeah, he's always hurt.
Who's to say he's going to be healthy all next year? I like the guy. I think he's a great dude. But I mean,
and then I don't know. I was looking at his Georgia Bulldogs teams. They would always lose like 3 or 4 games. I'm like, what the fuck? You can't even win in college. Even in Georgia, they would struggle. And he had AJ Green with him, and the wide receiver out of Cincinnati, and he still couldn't. He couldn't even win 10 games in college.
It's a super desperate move by the Rams. It's like super desperation. They have because of Aaron Donald, because he's going to be in his 8th or 9th year in the NFL, and they're like, we don't want to go in another year with Jared Goff.
You don't want to get what problem where they took forever to get a quarterback, and by the time they got a quarterback,
you think I don't know as much. Now, do you think it had something to do with Goff's contract too to try to get rid of it?
Yeah, they wanted.
The thing about the contract, dude, is he only has 1 more year on the books than Stafford. I mean, okay, they did get underneath the contract, but it's only 1 more year. But I think the real issue was that they wanted to get a veteran quarterback. I mean, McVay locked in to like, this is the scapegoat. This is why we lost him. But who knows, bro? We might have lost because some shit over here or some shit. But he like locked the fuck in, and now he's all in with that guy. So if he fails with Stafford, the GM's gonna get canned for sure.
Stafford will have to be Joe Flacco. Don't make any mistakes and hope your defense is amazing and maybe they can make a run. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably best case scenario.
And San Francisco had Nick Nolan. Nick Mullen. That they said Sean McVay was super fierce after the game. That he was like embarrassed that they lost to San Francisco with Nick Mullen. And that's a lot of people think that's when he kind of gave up on golf. He can't even be the backup.
It's tough. Like that move, the GM is all in with that guy. If it fails. The GM's gone for sure. That GM's McVay might survive that disaster if it doesn't go the way they want him to, but the GM's for sure gonna get canned, dude.
It's super. I feel like it's Super Bowl for bust. That's their mentality.
Yeah,
it's probably not gonna happen,
bro. Because you have Tampa Bay in the fucking NFC now, bro. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? They should have just held the fort down with Jared Goff. Hold down the fort. Try to restructure the deal. Try to restructure that deal. It's because they fucked up because they gave Jalen Ramsey that money. They gave Aaron Donald that money. They gave Jared Goff that money. They're in a bad situation, bro, because they're really over the cap.
They're just in a Super Bowl, not too long ago.
They want to host.
I guess they thought they were close to go back. I guess
Super Bowl next year in Tampa, in LA.
It's because what he's mentioning, like. McVay locked into Jared Goff. Like that game with Nick Mullins that he lost 23-20 to San Francisco. Right. That was the game that McVay, he just like a horse like vision, like this is the dude this is why we suck because of him. But it could be other reasons for like they're losing.
I think it was a lot, and that was the camel that broke the back, the losing to McMullen.
And they lost the same way to the Jets, bro. The exact same way they lost to the Niners. They
Miami,
lost. It's the
like
same exact game.
Miami. I think 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions. Well, I
And
remember
okay,
Kofi because the guy's a turnover machine.
right
And I said it
now,
way back in like 2016, 2015 when he was in college. I mean, this guy sucks. I saw a game where he had at University of California had like 5 interceptions.
oh,
They're
shit,
throwing
bro.
5 interceptions in the NFL. In college, so what the hell is supposed to do in the NFL?
I mean, he could be right. He could have been like, this is why we lost because he led the league in turnovers for like the last I think 3 years. Like he was number one, fumbles and interceptions. Jared Goofy. But okay,
Yeah, that
so
guy's
now they got Stafford, but now you have fucking Russell Wilson. You have the Niners gonna do some shit, right? So that's a tough fucking division, bro. It's a bad move to give up so much in such a competitive division,
Well, look at
right?
Lions too. They got these picks coming. They got Goff, but who the fuck is he going to throw the ball to?
Yeah, golf is
The tight end, bro, Eric Ebron, whatever. He's all right.
Marvin Jones is already rumored to be going out to L.A. with Stafford, possibly. And they're not going to sign Galladay, so they don't have receivers.
Golf is his career's gonna be over in Detroit. Like his career's gonna die there probably. I hate to say it, but
And if the Rams are good, then those 3 picks that the Lions got are going to be high-end first round. They going to do shit for them.
I mean, look at the last 2 coaches they hired. Like that Prachiska guy who fucking had a fucking pencil and then a fucking laminated paper, and then you got this other kid biting kneecaps. They just don't know what the fuck they're doing in that front office.
That's been a shit show for a long time. Doesn't seem any signs of changing.
That's why guys like Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson retired in the middle of their prime.
Yep. Well, when I lived in Indiana and I went to a Lions game, I don't know if I told you guys this. I went to a Lions game in 1999, Lions versus Vikings, and there was more Vikings jerseys in the parking lots, Randy Moss, than there were Lions.
That franchise is terrible. And now that Cleveland's winning, they're by far the worst franchise in the. Like they're terrible, man. So remember that one time they had that. Well, now he's a commentator for ESPN. The Dan Orlovsky, how he ran out of bounds behind the end zone.
He's funny. I think he's funny.
The guy's actually smart. He seems like smart, but that was embarrassing.
Well, he played the Colts. He was a Colt too, or no? Orlovsky. Did he play with the Colts?
He was trash quarterback, but he seems to like know football, but he just sucked as a fucking player.
I mean, that's a tough position to play, man. Football. I mean, the quarterback position, like we talked about, it's such a difficult position to play.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, he's where he belongs now. He can analyze it better than.
He's good at breaking film. I seen him break film good, but I mean, he just sucked as a fucking coach. I mean, as a player.
Well, he's where he should be then.
Yeah. He might even get a head coach or offensive coordinator in the future, maybe.
Never know.
All right, gentlemen. So yeah, we've pretty much hit on every single topic that we can talk about. Pretty much a pretty good review of the football game. Anything you guys want to mention before we get out of here?
No, man. Remember next week we're starting the basketball stream. So
once a week, NBA little recap.
We're switching over to basketball starting next Sunday.
Okay.
So stop fucking saying GOAT so much, people.
There you go. PSA from Mr. Blaze Radio. And before we get out of here, gentlemen, if you guys want to sub to the Blaze Radio, sub to the C Sports Show, and sub to my channel if you guys want 177 Memorabilia, we can give you guys the content and all that cool stuff.
All right.
And yeah, hope you guys had a great Super Bowl Sunday with your family, enjoyed the food, all that cool stuff. And go Tampa Bay. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Tampa Bay. Congratulations to your fans.
Congratulations, Coach Arians.
All right, Malik,